Hi everyone and welcome to Gaming 365, and as you can tell from the title of the video, this is going to be my E3 impressions. It's more of a roundup than anything else. A little bit of a chat here and there about what we saw at the show this year, what was good, what was bad, and what was really good and absolutely diabolical. To be frank, I thought the show this year was a little bit lackluster, with tons and tons of sequels being shown rather than new exciting IPs. Don't get me wrong, there were some in there, and you'll see those in my top 10/14 game video that I'll be releasing a little bit later. So let's not focus on the games for a second and focus on the show as a whole and some of the tech. So one of the main tech announcements, of course, was the Xbox One X, which, despite having a worse name than Scorpio, turned out to be something that's not really needed at this point in time. Apparently it will be able to play native 4K, though it turns out most games won't be able to do that, and it just felt like something that really wasn't needed at this stage. I think they should wait another couple of years before they start bringing out consoles that are supposed to be 4K, and just wait and put the extra specs in there. For the cost difference as well between a normal Xbox and this one, I think they should have bumped that price up and put better hardware inside of the system and ensured that everything could do 4K. The next biggest disappointment was Bethesda's announcement of the Creation Club. Now, we all knew this was going to come again at some point, and you have to give it to them. They are being very persistent with this. And of course, they've put like a slight little other spin on this now and said that this is going to be for premium content. I'm not entirely sure what the word premium means in that title. What I can gather is they are employing people now to make mods for them, or DLC type content. This, of course, can be modders that currently exist today, as long as they pass a certain set of rules and sign a couple of contracts here and there. And you know, it might work out pretty well for those guys. And I'm hoping it's going to work out pretty well for those guys. My main concern is the lack of Bethesda's quality control and their inability to make a reasonable platform. They've not done very well, in my personal opinion, this is at least, with their current Bethesda.net system. And I'm hoping the quality control this time round, opposed to when they did this on the Steam Workshop, is a lot better. And I can see that happening because of the way that they are employing these people, and the spin that they're putting on this time seems to have a higher contract and obligation type system. So I'm hoping mods get vetted a lot better this time round. I'm not going to dwell too much more on this topic, just because there's a lot of people out there that obviously everyone has an opinion about this, and I don't fully think we can say for sure what's going to happen until it does when it comes to things like this. I don't think it will destroy Nexus mods, no way whatsoever. I don't think we'll see too many modders being petty and jumping ship and all this crap. I don't think that will happen. What I'm hoping, like I've said a little bit previous, is that this is handled well, not just for our sakes, the mod users, which is mainly what I am, but also for the mod makers. I don't want to see people that I know and appreciate on, say, Nexus mods or ModDB or wherever the Skyrim modders and Fallout modders are at the moment. I don't want to see them put out and shortchanged and all their hard work go to waste because Bethesda just wants to make a little bit extra money. That is my primary concern about this, is that it's going to affect the livelihood of modders today. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, we don't know at this point. But I seriously hope this works out well for all of the people that I know and for the creators of these great things that make Bethesda's games. I'm going to focus on Bethesda's games here because this is coming from them specifically at the moment. That makes their games more enjoyable than they ever could be if they were just released by Bethesda. If mods didn't exist for Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, New Vegas, etc., the games just wouldn't be as good as they actually are. Let's think about it. There'll be bugs galore, there'll be limited armors, limited weapons. Once you finish the quest, that's it, you're done. There's no extended gameplay whatsoever. And to be honest, the graphics would be a lot worse as well. And it would run like crap. It would run like absolute balls. I was going to swear really badly then, but I decided not to. So yeah, Bethesda Club, probably my most disappointing thing from the show. because they decided to announce it in E3. I don't think that was the right platform or the right forum to do that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I guess watch this space is the thing to take from this. So after that extensive ramble, I have just listened back to it. It is an extensive ramble about the Creation Club. I'll move on, swiftly and quietly, to some of the things that I liked from E3 this year. Now, there were some games that turned my head, which again I'll go into in my top 10 games video, or whatever you want to call it. But one of the things that most impressed me from some of these games is the minimalistic HUD. Now, I saw in quite a few games that there wasn't a HUD at all unless you needed it. This is very reminiscent of Gopher's iHUD. HUD if you're there, HUD if you don't need it, whatever it's called. But yeah, I was quite impressed of the very minimal HUD. Some games still had a dire mini-map stuck halfway in the screen, but some games did it very nicely. Especially Assassin's Creed Origins surprised me with their HUD. It was very, very minimalistic, and I'm hoping we can turn even more of that HUD off at a later date. One of the games that didn't impress me with their HUD was Far Cry 5. My god, how much tagging do you need on a screen, and why do I need to see enemies through walls? It's a stealthy game in which I have to think about my actions, think about my strategic plan, not, oh, there's a guy behind that wall, I'll just go this way because he won't see me and then I will shoot him and then game over. Yes, I didn't like that at all. But most games, very clean HUDs, like that a lot. And one more thing that impressed me, there's not many things that impressed me at E3, so one more thing that impressed me at E3 was Sony. I personally think that they won the show. I honestly think the best conference was Sony's. To be fair, I didn't really look much at Nintendo's because for some reason that console doesn't interest me. Zelda does, but the rest of stuff on the Nintendo Switch, etc. doesn't really interest me that much. So this is more of a comparison between Sony and Microsoft, really. But Microsoft conference, it felt like a lot of sequels. They released a tech thing, you know, obviously their console, the Xbox One X, they showed that. Didn't really wow me. And it just felt dire, really. It wasn't very interesting at all. Sony's, on the other hand, for some reason, Sony's felt like it had a lot more new games. It felt like the PlayStation 4 was really taking off with new IPs, new interesting things. And didn't they show Monster Hunter World, which was brave, really, to show that with the fact that the PS4 is meant to have this stunning graphics, and Monster Hunter World was very much toned down graphically, in my personal opinion. But the gameplay looked good, the idea looked fantastic, and hey, it's making my top 14 games, so Monster Hunter World definitely nice in there. They showed Shadow of Colossus, again, obviously it's a remake, but goddamn did that game look good, and it felt like they were bringing back the old classics and then bringing out something new and fresh as well at the same time. And I was very impressed with Sony's conference, and I hate PlayStation. Hate's such a strong word. I don't hate PlayStation. I hate their controller. It's a stupid thing, but the Xbox controller feels so nice in my hands, whereas a PS4 controller, it jumps out of my hands. I don't seem to be able to hold it correctly. Maybe I'm just a little bit special and I can't do these sorts of things, but for some reason, using the triggers on a PS4 controller just makes it fly out of my hands. So yeah, that's why I don't like Sony, or PlayStation even. So, bit petty, but what are you going to do? So yeah, that's my very rambly impressions video for E3 2017. I'm sorry if it has been a bit too rambly for some people, but you are the only real people that I can really ramble about these things to. The wife doesn't really care. There's a couple of guys online, the Open World blog, they care, but they're very much PC orientated, so E3 doesn't really touch them too much because they don't really look at the consoles too much. Though Steve has started playing PlayStation 4 a lot more, and I'm concerned for him. But anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just to sum up, good things. Very minimal HUDs on games. Excellent. The PlayStation conference, new IPs, very fresh looking stuff. Bad things. We're going to go with Xbox One X. Not needed. What are you doing? And also, obviously, the Creation Club from Bethesda. Here we go again with paid mods. We'll see how it pans out. If it's anything like last time, it's just going to crash and burn. But hopefully, this actually helps modders this time. and gives them something extra on top of what people donate already on Nexus mods, etc. and hopefully gives them a livelihood out about creating mods, which would be excellent to see if that happens. So as always guys, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, sorry for the rambling, and I'll catch you in the next one.